a lot about Gunner, just kind of him reasserting himself. What have you seen from him that is kind of given what he's shown in camp, this kind of the move he's made to kind of make a run at the starting job?
Oh, Gunner's had a great camp, had a great summer. Gunner to me is like one of those kids that I trust. Like, he is gonna get it done because he loves Nebraska. Just tough, gritty. Plays to the whistle. So those are the kind of guys we'll win with. And it's just something as a coach, if it's 3rd and 1 and we run behind him, I know he's going to get his hat across, and I know he's going to strain and he's going to fight for his team. And those kind of guys we'll win with. It's a great camp. I love Gunner Catula.
Pritchett kind of kept his momentum going from the summer?
Yes. With Pritch, it's I honestly think Pritch, just be complete transparency, I just think Pritch needs needs to just start fast, play confident, and just have something good happen to him. Does that make sense? And I think Pritch is a guy that we've challenged him to, hey man, just work hard. Don't think about it. Play violent, and I don't know if you guys are out there, but when you watch him just warm up, it's something that the lights clicked. I think I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud of Pritch, but I'm very proud of him just from the way he's working, and attacking it. Not saying it's all perfect, but you can watch him stretch. I'm like, he's about to have a good day. Just the body language, and what he's about. So very proud of that.
Did you see the Gatula-Babalad battle in the spring? Was it happening in the spring, or is this a recent sort of development?
I don't look at it as like a battle. I look at it as like I'm trying to get 8 guys go win the Big Ten, and play them anywhere. Like Black's played some center, Gatula's played right guard, So I'm trying to get the best 5 out there at all times for Nebraska, and that's my job. It's not like, okay, you're the backup guard, you're going in. No, we're trying to find 8 guys that can go play winning football, Big Ten football for us, and we're not there yet. I think we got a plan to do that, but we got to go do it.
As a collective group, where have you seen this group get better between spring to now?
I think just the mentality, the discipline to fight through adversity. There's gonna be adversity every day in something, whether, coach rules, changing the periods on them and changing around and making them, just off the cuff and stuff. And, and then there's going to be days where you feel good. Today I walked in, it's Bloody Tuesday. Hey, let's get that mentality started. We cannot waste a day, and if you don't feel good, you got to have the switch upstairs to come in the same day every day, because this is where we'll win and lose football games. So I think the mentality, I think they have some confidence, which I want them to have confidence, but I just think the work ethic and the mentality of, listen, if it's not perfect and I strain and I compete, then I have a chance for it to be okay. Then we can live, and then hey, play the next play. So that's kind of something that we've been working towards.
Speaking with Paul Moonbing, he said it's not just your way or no way. You kind of let the guys play.
Yeah.
Why is that important to you?
I don't want to paralyze them. I want to run off the ball, and I want to play violent. Be violent with our hands, and if you give them 17,000 things to think of, they're not going to do that. And I want to play, I want to be simple, and I think, you just get guys that love football, and you can coach them off the film. Sometimes when you get an older group, you can fix it in the film room. You don't have all the time in the world to go fix it. So I just want them playing fast and not thinking, and if they do that, at the end of the day, then we'll have a chance to be successful, even if it's not perfect. Because, guys, offensive line's an imperfect position. It's never going to be perfect. I'm never going to be happy till the last day of bowl practice or college football play, whatever. It's just the way it is.
How have you seen Justin and Calandria continue to build their relationship with one another?
I think Calandria kind of brings the best out of the group sometimes with his. He's kind of that dude mentality of every day he's the same guy, and I think that, we kind of feed off him at times. And with Justin, it's, he's trying to just be the leader now. I've challenged him, being the leader, you got to upset people at times. And that's what I want him to work on. Like, I don't want the lulls that have happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, we're up, they start coming, oh no, hey, let's fight through it. And let's go play the next play. That's something we're trying to work on with Justin, to really be more of a vocal leader, in the good and in the bad.
Geep, you talked about that older unit. Just how valuable is it to have all those guys who have a lot of, playing time and have a lot of experience?
Experience matters at this level, at any level, it's valuable. And just the type of people they are, they care. It's, something about, we talk about ego strength, to have confidence in yourself, but have the humility to know that we got to get better, and that's something that these kids will take. You can coach them. You can coach them hard. You can get on them. And just because they are grown men, they are experienced, they've been through it. And so I think that's valuable. Now we got to go do it here in a couple weeks. So it's something we're looking forward to.
Have you seen any guys make a move since the spring, kind of, so to speak?
Gibson Powell. Gibson Powell. I've had a great couple days. When you don't talk about somebody in the film room, that's a good thing. So very, very excited about Gibby. Going to challenge him to take his game another level because we're going to need some guys like that during the season. And so he's a guy that, been hurt for the past year, right? I think, and he's really, really taken to it, really listened when he wasn't doing anything during the spring and summer, to what we do up front, and kind of had a really, really, really good solid camp.
Guard,
all the way, yeah. Yep.
When you have a mobile quarterback like Calandria, how does that help the offensive line at times when he can maybe get you out of some pickles?
I think, I think with a mobile quarterback, I think one thing that you, maybe as a coach you think about, you're not going to get as much stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get pressured as much. Last couple of years where I was at with Hank, you just got 4-2 and maybe a couple twist games, so you didn't get all the, hey, we're going to go after that quarterback because he can make you, So I think with Calandria, hopefully he won't, we won't get as much exotic stuff, if you know what I mean, and things like that. But, we don't want to look at it like that, because sometimes the mobile quarterback will run right into the guy that's, right there. And so we're just trying to keep working on protection and doing our job and training and keeping them off. So,
where's the relationship with the running back room kind of grown the most over the spring?
I think that they've got a chip on their shoulder. I think the whole offense does, but I think that those guys have really worked hard. We get with them a lot and walk through with them and stuff like that. So I think that's something that I'm excited about that group. With Nelson, Mosey, and Jamal. I mean, Genatone had a good day today. So there's some valuable, in having that many backs because you're gonna need them.
I know you wanted Holman Banga pretty bad. How has he sort of fulfilled what you were kind of hoping for, and what's his ceiling? What's his potential?
Paul's just like he's in there right now working extra. That's just the kind of guy he is. So that's something that is very valuable to me. I know Paul. I know what he's about. I know I can get on him, and he's taking it to heart, and he's not somebody that's going to back down from getting coached hard. And he's been great. There's things I wanted to work on with his hands and the second step getting more vertical and little things like that. But he's played a lot of ball. He's a grown man. He loves Nebraska. So those guys are, I think that right there itself, matters a lot.
How close are you to knowing exactly your top five, and when do you want to know it for sure?
I hadn't even thought about that, and that's not coach talk because this week's still camp. Matt's challenged us as coaches that this week is fundamentals, tough, camp, grind them, let's go. Because we don't have many more of these days left, so we can't waste that. The valuable time I get during Indy. Okay, today we're really going to work this scheme, and tomorrow we're really going to just work this scheme for 20 minutes, not just do this, and this. So this time is really valuable for me to really hone in on the fundamentals that we got to get fixed so that we can take another step. Does that make sense, Kyle?
Yep.
Appreciate you guys.
I guess we'll say 3.